We're in a new month, guys. It is November 3rd, 2025. Time waits for no one. We are ending the year of 2025 shortly. Less than 60 days. Anyway, it's Motivational Monday. How are you guys? I hope you had a good weekend. I took an extra day off last weekend because my family came to visit me. My upstate New York family, my baby sister, her old man and children, because her oldest daughter came also with her children, and we just had such a good time. My brother was over. Still, I enjoyed all of them. I had such a good time with them, and it wasn't a funeral, people. We just got together to be together. Well, actually, we were supposed to be going to a baby shower. Our cousin's son is having a girl, a baby girl, a precious little baby girl. Getting back to it. Even she came over here. We didn't do much of anything except enjoy each other's company. And it wasn't for sad times. You know what I mean? It was just us gathering. It was just us siblings and my niecey Pooh and her little babies and my sister's son, and we just I loved it. My daughter said she loved it. She said it felt good not to have a funeral. You know what I mean? Because normally that seems to be the only time we get together. And I just enjoyed them. My sister, Constance Catering, that's what I call her. She cooks her behind off. She actually does catering. She cooks and she delivers food in her area where she's at. So she came here and cooked all of this food that I know I shouldn't be eating, but I ate. I got back on track too afterwards, after the leftovers was gone. But I don't buy it like that. So I have no choice. And that's how I have to do myself. If I don't have it in the house, I won't eat it. I won't cook it anymore. I'm not cooking like that for my daughter. She barely eats at home. So I'm just saying, I don't mind cooking healthy things. And that's what I've been doing. I've been, cooking healthy and eating healthy. A lot of the stuff that I do make, I don't even have to cook half the time. Like eating fruits or eating some raw vegetables, the spinach. You can eat broccoli raw in salads, carrots. The stuff, you don't really have to cook it. You can, but you don't have to. You get more vitamins and minerals out of your broccoli, your spinach, your lettuce, the foods that you eat that you don't cook and add heat and water and all of that. You don't dilute it. So you get more vitamins and energy too from it, But anyway, I had a good time. I really, really enjoyed them. And it's Motivational Monday, folks. Motivational Monday. So let's start with an affirmation where we are just saying something to improve how we feel about ourselves and our health, okay? And this is the affirmation, one of the affirmations that I'd like you to say in front of the mirror. And you repeat it a couple of times for yourself. I am healthy. I am whole. I am healed. I am blessed. I am loved, and I am complete. And you say it again, and you say it again. You're going to have to keep saying this until you start believing it. You say it throughout the day, throughout the week, continuously until you start believing it. I am healthy. I am whole. I am healed. I am blessed. I am loved, and I am complete. And because you want to be healthy, you want to be whole. In order to be whole, you don't want to be sick. You want everything of yours working properly. You need everything in your body to function properly and to live, So just continue to say this, like I said, throughout the day. I am healthy. I am whole. I am healed. I am blessed. I am loved, and I am complete. and say it in front of your mirror. Okay? Now, we are going to be talking about different foods that we can eat that help fight, or how about foods that prevent cardiac arrest? Let's talk about foods that help prevent cardiac arrest, okay? Now, I had mentioned green leafy vegetables and how they're good for lowering your pressure. They're also good for, maintaining your normal insulin levels because they have no sugars. And they help strengthen, I should say, your immune system. They also, from what I read recently, they help prevent cardiac arrest. What? You definitely want to eat your leafy greens, your leafy vegetables. Those leafy vegetables include spinach, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, collard greens, turnip greens, mustard greens, kale, lettuce, and stuff to that nature. Arugula, yep, and stuff to that nature. So you want to keep some of this in the house. You want to eat these, implement these green vegetables into your lifestyle. And you want to eat most of these things. If you know you have an issue with your heart, you want to eat them every day of the week, or at least 5 days out of the week. Mix and match them. You know what I mean? You don't have to eat the same one or two, whatever, more than once in a day, but you want to eat it every day, at least 5 days a week. So you mix them up and get to like them, and you got to tell yourself what it is you want to do. If you want to live, then you're going to choose to eat healthy over the nonsense food that you've been eating on, okay? And that's what we want to do. We want to live. So in order to do that, we're going to start choosing the foods that are healthy for us and telling ourselves that we like and love those foods, and stop telling ourselves that we like and love the foods that we're not supposed to have on the regular basis. I don't want anybody to feel like they can never have, unless your doctor told you. I don't want anybody to feel like they can never have a certain meal anymore because it's off limits. It's off limits every day of the week. It's off limits 4 days out of the week. But if you've gone a month with eating healthy, you can not add salt. Do not add salt to your foods, but you can have that meal that you have not had for a long time. Have it once. Don't have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You want to have it once, one time, just to get rid of that craving and feel like you're not depriving yourself, and then go back to eating healthy, because this is a lifestyle. And if you want to live, you're going to do what you need to do. You don't want your pressure spiking up. You don't want yourself killing brain cells due to spike in your pressure. You can have a stroke. Child, sodium does a whole lot to you. Not just sodium. You can go into a coma from your sugar being too high, and you not taking the proper amounts of insulin or skipping your medications or something like that. My father went into a diabetic coma, okay, because he was trying to take himself off of his medication, but he didn't try to wean himself off. Not that I'm saying you can do that. He was trying to just go from taking his insulin, because he was told in the beginning that if he lost X amount of pounds, I think it was if he lost, went down to like 150 pounds or something like that, if he was to get back down to that size, he wouldn't have to take insulin anymore, which isn't true. I don't know why they tell you that, because my doctor had said something to me about the pressure. Oh, well, if you can get down to at least 160 pounds, then you won't have to take any more high blood pressure medication. They say these things, but they don't mean these things, because in their head, you're not going to get there. Okay, they don't think you're going to get there. They want to give you the medication thing. They just want the money. That's what it is. They never expect you to do anything to really get your health under control, because so many people don't. So that's what they're counting on, you not even trying. And when you do try, you're one of the small group of people, or the statistics, that beat the odds, and then they ignore you and tell you, well, next time when you come back, when we see you in another 3 months or another 6 months, we'll determine what we're going to do. And that's where I'm at right now. They're hoping that when I come in, which I don't have an appointment right now, but when I do come in, I'm probably going to come in right after a holiday, because I think it's in November. They haven't taken me off. She didn't even lower it. She said that I was going to have a new doctor when I came back. I have not heard anything. They were going to call me for an appointment. I'm not worried about it. I take my pressure. And I eat healthy for the most part, I did have a little weekend, but that was 2 weekends ago. That wasn't this past weekend. That was 2 weekends ago. And I've been on point this week, and I'm considering if I'm going to go visiting anybody, because I have to eat properly. October was a month of eating, honey. I had weddings. I went to 2 different weddings. I hung out with my family. I went to this thing at the church, the anniversary for the pastors, their 36th anniversary. October was one of them months, and Thanksgiving is coming. But I'm going to do like my girlfriend said. I'm not going to make a whole turkey. I'm not going visiting family. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to stay local. And I'm going to make some turkey wings for myself and my daughter for Thanksgiving. I'm going to make extra so that there's a lot of leftovers. But I'm not making no whole turkey. I'm going to make wings. If I can find some drumsticks that aren't smoked, turkey drumsticks, I'll make that. And somebody put it in my head. They said, why don't you make Cornish hen? Instead of a Cornish hen, I would probably get a duck. No, I haven't decided. I have to get in the supermarket and to tell myself what it is I'm going to get. So I should have did all of that yesterday when I was there, but I was getting my fish. I love my fish. What was it? Scrod, pollock, salmon, shrimps. I always get my shrimps. And I heard shrimps. You got to be careful with shrimps. I usually never eat more than 6 of them, but I buy the big jumbo ones, and I cut my shrimps in half, and sometimes the halves I'll cut in half also, to make it seem like, or appear like, it's much more shrimp in the meal. I was told, like I was trying to say, I was told shrimp are high in cholesterol. And I love my shrimp. I do love my shrimp, but I don't fry it. I bake it. I saute it. I make seafood spaghetti. Or just last time, it was last night, I made fettuccine and shrimp scampi. That was kind of oily. But it was mainly a garlic sauce, but also I put butter in it, and it was good, honey. It was good. I got plant-based butter, but it is high in sodium. I'm not saying it reads high in sodium. I can taste when I eat it. I can taste the salt in it. And it's supposed to be unsalted plant-based butter. But, all of these different things and stuff they're coming up with, I don't know. It was delicious. I've been hydrating since, you know what I mean? Because it tasted salty to me. I'm not saying it tasted too salty. I'm just saying I taste the flavor of salt in it. And it could have been from the mixture of everything, or from the fettuccine. I don't know, because it was mixed in. It was delicious. Ooh. Anyway, getting back to the foods. The green vegetables, green leafy vegetables, those help prevent cardiac arrest. They said strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, cherries. They have their own natural sugars. They help lower your risk at sugar diabetes. You don't want to OD on anything. You want to have food sample sizes, like a saucer size. But they claim that if you eat at least a small bowl of blueberries which they claim was about 20 blueberries of a nice size, like small size, not the jumbo ones they have in the supermarket nowadays, but about 20 blueberries per day, you can lower your risk for cardiac arrest. In fact, it's healthy and it helps lower your blood pressure. Fruits are good for you. And they said lemon. Lemon is actually something that you can take to clear up colds. It's the vitamin C in lemons that help, as long as you're healthy, it helps prevent colds. It also supposed to be a cure-all, lemons. It can help you break down different ailments in you, but you would have to be fasting from the foods that you probably eat now, or fasting for any kind of processed foods. That means no sausage, no bacon, no lunch meat, stuff to that nature, no cereal that's processed. You would only have to be eating one ingredient foods. Okay, one ingredient foods, as a reminder, would be a piece of fruit or some vegetables, not mixed vegetables. That's going to be more than one ingredient, but you can mix your own vegetables together. It's just natural stuff, no canned goods. You don't want to eat canned goods. I'm not trying to prevent anybody from eating the way they have to eat, because from what I'm told, November 1st, I'm not sure of the date, November, they were stopping SNAP for people. And there are a lot of food pantries that you may want to familiarize yourself with so that you can get some food if you should have a hard time, during this period that they have the government shut down and SNAP has been stopped. I don't know if it's temporarily. I don't know if you can still use whatever you might have on your card. You might be able to use that. I wasn't following it closely enough to give you this complete rundown on that, but I'm sure you've heard what you needed to hear about food stamps and, everything like that with the SNAP. So beware. Look into the food pantries in your area. You can Google it. Just say food pantries in my area and do what you can do to get you some food. Anybody that has excess foods or something, or canned goods, and you want to help somebody out that do that as well. I'm just praying for the people that may have issues, because this is a scary time right now. They are doing stuff to the people that's downright mean, because from what they're saying, this $6 billion that they have, they don't want to use it towards food stamp. They want to hold on to it in case there's a natural emergency. The emergency is people eating. That's what that money should be used for. Now, this man is making a ballroom in the White House, tearing down, doing all types of construction. What about the money for that? I'm sorry. I don't even want to talk politics. I don't want to talk none of that. Prayers for the people who may need food. And God bless you, and God help us. You know what I mean? Lord, have mercy on us. So, getting back to what I was talking about. You should be growing your food. You know what I mean? If you can do that, get your hands on some soil, or you have a yard or anything like that, save the seeds, bury an entire tomato, which has seeds in it, bury that. There is things on Facebook, there's TikToks, get some information on how to do your own greenhouse so you can start making, because that's the cheaper way to go right now, planting your own food. Buy food, buy black. If you're black, buy black. You know what I mean? If you're white, buy black. But what I'm saying to you is Try to keep the money in your community. Help one another. Help one another. Because right now it's about to get real. He wants people to start stealing and fighting and doing all of that craziness so that he can do the martial law thing that he was talking about. And the National Guard, I mean, have them walking around with prayers going up. Because he got it under control. He knows what's going on. God is going to handle all of this. Hopefully none of us have to fall first. But keep your head up, you know. Now's the time to show what you believe in. Who you believe in. Have faith. Anyway, I love you guys. And you should be drinking half of your body weight in fluid ounces of water. Every day on a daily basis. Every day. Whatever you weigh, half of that. Fluid ounces of water. Okay? Break it down in your head on how many bottles that'll be. Depending if you do 16-ounce bottles or 33.8-ounce bottles. It's all up to you. Break it down. Do what works for you. You know? I've been doing these 16-ounce bottles, and I've noticed I've been struggling to complete the bottles because it's too many bottles. I'm going to go back to doing my 33.8-ounce bottles because I used to knock them out in no time, you know. And the reason I think it is because of where my bottles are stationed. I keep them in the basement. I'll grab so many, and I'll drink, and I drink, and I'm working, and I drink, and I drink. And once I'm at the last bottle, I turn around and I don't get up to get more. I'm releasing water, you know. No, I have to do better. So I'm just telling you about a few things that you may run into. These are my issues that I fight with, and I notice it because I don't write that. But it makes me want to improve what I'm doing because I'm paying attention to where I'm messing up at. Okay? I've been walking. Like I said, I do my walking. I've been doing that for 60 minutes where I will walk 3 minutes, run 30 seconds. Walk 3 minutes, run 30 seconds for 60 minutes. Sometimes I run a little longer and then I walk a little longer because now I'm panting. And only because when my family came over, I had taken a break off of everything. I ate a lot. That food, those heavy foods, they do something to you. I'm telling you, I felt like I couldn't run up and down my stairs like I normally do. I was tired, wanting to sleep around. It could be the metals in the food. It could be the sodium in the food. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I know I wasn't feeling like my light, vibrant self to be floating around in here. And I'm not a skinny person. I'm not. I don't even think I can have a skinny build. I've been trying to go back down to them teenage sizes that I had when I was a teenager. Or I should say before kids. Because I stayed small up until I had my children in my 20s. But that's neither here nor there. Still, I had the energy to do what I needed to do around the house. Now I'm like struggling to get back in there. Anyway, you guys know I can talk to y'all all day, but I really need to go. I love you. I miss you and I care. I'm just sharing some of me with you. This doesn't seem to me like the lesson I wanted to give, but I gave you some of the information. Remember, your green leafy vegetables, your fruits, and your lemons. Take those in. Those can help prevent cardiac arrest. Do them more than not. Lemons you can do in the tea. You can make just lemonade. Don't put sugar. When you do the lemon, you want to do lemon. You want to do like a whole lemon. Take it, squeeze it. It's got to be an organic lemon with seeds. Even if you don't like organics or can't afford right now organics, make sure the lemon has seeds. Okay? And you use that. Squeeze up as much juice from it as you can. 2 caps of apple cider vinegar with mother. And 8 ounces of water. This will clean out whatever and help you burn your own body fat. Okay, because what we do most of the time, we're burning the sugars in our system. But the apple cider vinegar helps eat up some of that sugar and allows your body to burn your own body fat. And it helps with your skin. It helps with your esophagus, clearing the path. You don't want to drink apple cider vinegar alone because you burn your esophagus. Do it like I said, mix that concoction or that tonic and do that daily from now on. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it every day from now on. Okay? I love you guys. I miss you and I care, but I really got to go because I have work. So, like I said, you can reach me on the podcast. You can reach me on YouTube. And we'll see what we can do to help each other. All right? I love you guys. Later, Gator.